There are around 195 countries in the world. Each one is unique, with its own rich history, culture, and fascinating facts. In this series, we're bringing you one incredible fact about each country. From the bustling cities of Asia to the vast landscapes of Africa, the ancient ruins in Europe to the diverse cultures in the Americas, and the stunning islands of Oceania, we've got it all covered. Let's start our journey with Canada. Did you know that Hudson Bay in Canada has less gravity compared to the rest of the world? For years, this mysterious phenomenon puzzled scientists. It took them a whopping 40 years to uncover the reason behind this unusual occurrence. As we know from physics, gravity is influenced by mass. In the case of Hudson Bay, the density of the Earth plays a role in the reduced gravity. This doesn't mean that you'll start floating if you visit there, but you will weigh slightly less than you would in other parts of the world. Next, let's head over to Canada's bordering country, the United States, with an inspiring story about the American flag. Did you know that the current American flag was actually designed by a high school student? Back in 1958, a junior named Bob G. Heft created a flag with 50 stars, envisioning the future addition of Alaska and Hawaii to the United States. At first, his teacher wasn't impressed and gave him a B for his efforts, thinking Bob didn't know the correct number of states. But Bob's vision proved to be ahead of its time. Just 2 years later, when Alaska and Hawaii became states, President Dwight D. Eisenhower selected Heft's design to be the official flag of the United States. Heft was invited to a special flag-raising ceremony, and his teacher, seeing the impact of Bob's design, changed his grade to an A. Now, let's travel to the United Kingdom, where we uncover a historical first in the world of driving. Did you know that the first ever speeding ticket was issued in the UK? On January 28, 1896, a British man named Walter Arnold received this groundbreaking ticket while driving his horseless carriage in the Kent village of Paddockwood. Believe it or not, he was only travelling at 8 miles per hour. At that time, the speed limit was a mere 2 miles per hour. So Walter was actually going 4 times the allowed speed. This might sound slow to us today, but back then, it was considered quite fast. 2 days later, Walter appeared before a local magistrate who found him guilty of speeding and fined him about £4. This marked the beginning of traffic enforcement as we know it. Now let's head to the neighbouring country of the United Kingdom, Ireland, the birthplace of a holiday that many love, Halloween. Did you know that Halloween originated in Ireland? It all began with an ancient Celtic festival called Samhain, which marked the end of the harvest season and the beginning of winter. The Celts believed that on the night of October 31st, the boundary between the living and the dead became blurry, allowing spirits to walk among them. To protect themselves from these wandering spirits, they lit bonfires and dressed up in costumes. This practice was meant to ward off any harmful spirits that might be lurking around. When the Romans came to the Celtic lands, their own traditions of honouring the dead merged with Samhain. Over time, these combined traditions evolved into the Halloween we know today. Now, let's journey to South Asia, more specifically Pakistan. Pakistan is home to an extraordinary athlete, Jahangir Khan. Did you know that Jahangir Khan achieved an incredible feat in the world of professional squash? Between 1981 and 1986, he embarked on a remarkable winning streak, securing victory in an astounding 555 consecutive matches. This achievement stands as the longest winning streak by any athlete in top-level professional sports, as recognized by the Guinness World Records. Now, if you're talking about Pakistan, how can you miss its rival country, India? India is home to Mossinram, a village that holds the record for being the wettest place on Earth. Located in the East Khasi Hills district of Meghalaya state, Mossinram experiences extraordinarily heavy rainfall year-round. On average, it receives nearly 12 meters of rain annually. The village's unique geographical location and atmospheric conditions contribute to this phenomenon, turning its streets into flowing waterfalls during the monsoon season. Despite the challenges posed by such extreme weather, the resilient villagers have adapted to their environment, employing techniques like fixing leaky homes to cope with the constant rainfall. Now, let's explore Bangladesh, which is home to the world's largest river delta, the Sundarbans. The Sundarbans Delta is formed by the confluence of 3 mighty rivers, the Ganges, Brahmaputra, and Meghna. This expansive delta is renowned for its lush mangrove forests. These mangrove forests are not only a natural wonder, but also serve as a vital habitat for a diverse array of wildlife. Among its inhabitants is the majestic Bengal tiger, known for its adaptation to the unique environment of the Sundarbans. Now, let's move to our first African country, South Africa. Did you know that South Africa boasts 3 distinct capital cities, each fulfilling a specific governmental function? This unique arrangement reflects the division of the South African government into 3 branches. Cape Town serves as the legislative capital, where Parliament convenes for 6 months of the year. Meanwhile, Pretoria acts as the administrative capital. Lastly, Bloemfontein is designated as the judicial capital, where the country's highest courts are located. Now moving towards Oceania, did you know that New Zealand is one of 7 countries that claim sovereignty over some part of Antarctica? Since 1923, New Zealand has maintained a claim over the Ross Dependency, a vast region in Antarctica covering approximately 450,000 square kilometres. Interestingly, this area is larger than the land area of mainland New Zealand itself, which spans about 268,000 square kilometres. Moving to our second Oceania country, let's explore Australia. Did you know that Australia is home to the world's longest fence, known as the Dingo Fence, stretching over an impressive 5,600 kilometres? This iconic barrier starts in the green fields of Queensland, runs through New South Wales and South Australia, and ends abruptly on a high cliff's edge above the Great Australian Bight. Built during the 1880s, the Dingo Fence serves a crucial role in protecting the fertile lands of southeastern Australia from dingoes, which are wild dogs notorious for attacking livestock such as sheep and cattle. Moving toward the European country of Italy, did you know about King Umberto II, who holds a unique record in Italian history? His reign, lasting only 34 days in 1946, marks the shortest tenure in the history of the Italian monarchy. King Umberto II's brief rule came to an abrupt end when Italy decided to transition to a republic through referendum. Following this monumental decision, he went into exile in Portugal. When discussing Italy, one cannot overlook Vatican City, the smallest independent state in the world. Covering just 44 hectares, about 110 acres, Vatican City is a sovereign enclave nestled within the city of Rome, despite its size. It holds immense significance as the spiritual and administrative center of the Roman Catholic Church, with the Pope residing within its borders.